Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music, and we're looking at Polaris, a new library from Spitfire. It's a hybrid library that combines beautifully recorded orchestral sounds, older synthesizers, with processing through fun analog paths, VHS tapes. It's a library that has a split personality. They were good enough to send it to me to do a review. Let's take a look. Well, when I first saw Polaris was coming out, I was interested in it because I'm a giant fan of the electronic music producer BT. He's been around forever and has done some wonderful work. This particular instrument is on sale right now, as you can see as I do this review, but it probably won't stay that way forever. In fact, we got like 3 or 4 days left on it as I do this review. Well, let's dive in. I'm sure you want to hear what it sounds like, as do I. I just opened it up this morning. It has two lives, this instrument. Right now, we're in what they call synth mode, and we could go to standard mode, which reminds me an awful lot of the orchestral instruments that Spitfire makes. It provides you with just some very straightforward synth and orchestra libraries that we can check. The synths are kind of amazing, and then there's all these beautiful things that are resampled as well. Now, vintage resampling is one of the cornerstones of the synth sounds in the synth mode. Let's go over there. I bet that's what you'll be most interested in right away. As in all of Spitfire's instruments, there's a sort of a mod wheel morphing capacity. We've got two separate worlds here operating at the same time with tons of effects. We can choose any of them, including their new grain synthesizer or effect, and also a sporty gate sequencer, which I guess for this instrument looks like it's on. Well, are you curious? I am. These are the kind of sounds that just get you started on a cue, aren't they? I just feel like I'm 20% into it already. Well, that's incredibly useful. Sometimes we have to work quickly, and so having great presets with tons of possible effects and controls that are mappable will get us going on a cue. Well, let's hear. Continue. Just single tones are beautiful. And if I continually morph between the two sounds, I get a dynamic, evolving sound. That's the way to create kind of beauty with sample libraries and with especially presets. You want to constantly be moving the sound around. Ooh, there's a beautiful bass sound in there. I wonder if you can hear it. Sounds like the sequencers are on. Sure enough. It's pulsing in a great way. I feel like I'd like to take an hour and go through every one of these patches for you. It's clear to me that I'll have to do a second look at the standard version because I know just as I listen and play around with this stuff that the basic raw material to this library is solid. And I'd love to get in there and play around and make up some of my own sounds. Let's say I like something, like this one, for instance. I could easily just switch out one of the foundational samples. Now, I do happen to know I like Betamax Forest. So same everything except I switched out the sample A. And just for giggles, let's switch out sample B. And we could trim and tune them, offset them by some amount of time, go into the effects world and just go wild with that routing as well. See, we were using a bunch of things, including the beautiful convolution reverb and tape saturation. The grain is on, and grain is a powerful effect. If I take down the grain frequency, you'll hear actual rhythm generated by it. I'm confident I could map that to a controller as well. Just by hitting Control, tapping here, I can learn some automation. Let's see, maybe this. Yep. I'd already assigned it to the mix, and boy, that's a nice effect. With a couple of sliders, a couple of controllers, I've created my own patch from an existing preset. Of course, we love to do that, and it'd be a great way to work directly to picture. I'll do a second review focusing on the raw materials. In other words, focusing on the standard components. And maybe I can build some of my own patches as well. Well, this is going to go into the template because sometimes you have to work fast. You have to grab a sound that tells a good deal of the story right away. When we're working to picture, when we're doing trailers, when we're trying to get exactly that right kind of beat into things, it's wonderful to have controllers to really hit that picture in a great way. And this gives me a modern sound that sounds orchestral, but also has a lot of flavor that just feels, quite contemporary. Great work from BT and the Spitfire crew. Fun instrument. Well, I hope this has been useful. Like and subscribe, and you'll be notified when I do my videos. I'll see you next time.